ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. All guests appear on the Subway Fresh Take Hotline.
We are getting hammered from every corner of the internet.
I apologize.
Don't apologize. There were 3 apps developed during that break just to insult us, and 1 app developed just to laugh at us. Everyone is hammering us for that disaster of a segment with Mack Brown. Now, that was exactly 0% the fault of Mack Brown and 4,000% my fault. All of it. A bad idea, poorly executed, hugely awkward. If you were watching on the webcam, I was actually, and I'm not making this up, punching myself in the face.
Mm-hmm.
The webcam, ESPNradio.com, and then I started punching Stugotz.
Which was odd, because this is the rare time where I didn't do anything wrong.
It wasn't your fault. It was all my fault. It was a poorly executed idea at the very start. Maybe of the 4,000% blame that I am willing to accept, 1% is on Mike Ryan for not properly explaining what we were doing to Mack Brown because he thought he was a bad idea, but he was too scared and incompetent to tell me it was a bad idea. And so he started to explain. Can you do an imitation of how you explain to Mack Brown what it is that I wanted to do with him at the top of the segment?
Hey, Coach Brown. It's Mike again. We were planning on we're gonna play a sound, and Dan wants you to say who is this person? You know. So there.
I'm shocked you didn't get it.
And so this is how the interview with the delightful and engaging Mack Brown. It had a ton of clunkiness in it, and we will play for you what that sounded like. The texter writes in, Dan, you are so lucky. Mack Brown is such a good guy in interview because you have just screwed this interview up with Mack so badly by having poor information, and interrupting him so often. I hope you are dripping in sweat and urine. I was sweating both of those. It was odd. It was like my pants totally unzipped through fear and insecurity, and I just urinated in my own face. We were playing some sound here before you came on, and I just want you to tell us what you imagine that the person, age, weight, ethnicity, what you imagine the person that we're about to play for you, this sound, what this person looks like.
Everybody that wanted to...
I'm sorry, Matt.
Talk all that stuff about how great the defense is.
Okay, let's start again. Let's back it up. Just all right. But I think just the one sound. Just the one sound. Go ahead, Mike.
Everybody that wanted to.
Would you like another crack at it? This ridiculous game show we've just started here. Would you like it? All right.
Everybody that wanted to. Everybody that wanted to.
Mike, your timing. It's all Mike Ryan's fault.
It was worse than I thought.
Hearing it back, it's not my fault. It was all Mike Ryan not having timing with Mack Brown. It was a terrible idea, poorly executed, but it is not my fault.
You have such great radio instincts. That is your worst decision.
I mean, that's the worst thing I've ever done. It's so nice that Mack Brown is a kind person because we so deserve to be hung up there.
Should I apologize to him?
We should need to apologize for everyone and fire Mike. I wish people had seen that on the webcam, though. If they had seen it happen in real time on the webcam, it would have been magical. My total and utter discomfort and how I lost confidence and how my only reaction was to laugh at myself silently with huge guffaws because I didn't want my laughter to come out on the air.
Everybody that wanted to.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt.
Talk all that stuff.
This will be scary.
Okay, let's start again. Let's back it up. All right. But I think just the one sound. Just the one sound. Go ahead, Mike.
Everybody that wanted to.
Would you like another crack at it? This ridiculous game show we've just started here. Would you like it? All right.
Everybody that wanted to.
Make it stop.
Everybody do want
But then,
I'm out.
but then I followed it up by giving him many more grandchildren than he actually had. My follow-up question to rescue the interview.
How nervous were you asking a question about his brother?
I lost all my confidence, and then and then I come at him, and also your brother's a loser. Like that's how I tried to save it.
Well, no, you really saved it with any objections to the Final Four match.
Oh no! I mean, that's what I came at him with. It was. I mean, he must think this is total amateur hour. Like that might be. You know how many times Mack Brown has been interviewed in his life? That's the worst one.
Oh, easily.
It's the worst one he's ever done. He's like, they're playing sounds for me. I don't understand anything. They explained it poorly. The follow-up question was a question about grandchildren, when giving me many more than I have, and then they asked me about my loser brother coach.
Thanks, Mac.
Everybody don't want it.
And he's such a nice man. Such a nice man. But, I mean, I swear, if you've been watching on the internet, you would have just seen me punching my own urine-drenched face.
He's such a nice man. When I asked him to come on, he said, Friday, I cannot do Friday. It's family time. I have the grandkids coming over, as he said in that interview. And then 10 minutes later, he wrote me back, you know what? I'll find 10 minutes for Dan LeBatard.
And he made time for us. Yeah, I like Dan. That professional. Dan LeBatard. I wish Mack Brown had access to the webcam. Like, I wish that Mack Brown had been doing that interview while watching us on the webcam, so he could have seen the circus that was going on back here as we just pummeled each other with both fear and delight and insecurity and urine.
You know you love the Dan LeBatard Show on ESPN Radio.
Oh, the audience is having fun with our feelings. You sense the vulnerability and you are circling and eating, feeding like piranha. It's like a calf has been dropped in the Amazon. A bleeding calf.
Making me laugh, pal. I have to be honest.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah,
Texter writes in, LeBatard Empire peaked with Stan Van Gundy. Now let's enjoy its slow demise. I sent Stan the same text, similar text the other day. Mm-hmm. Your empire peaked with our show, and now let's enjoy your slow demise. A texter just sent us a photo of us during the interview with Mack Brown. I'm staring at the webcam, and it looks like my face is being peeled back like Jerry Jones's, and a million buffalo are approaching and are about 4 feet from me. That's what my face looks like. Stugotz is right next to me, and while doing a radio interview, he's got both of his hands on his head. On the top of his head, like if a safe was falling out of the sky.
I felt like that. Felt like something bad was going to happen to me.
And you called him Max Brown.
I did call Max.
You called it. I didn't even. It was like 10th on the list of things we did wrong in that interview. Because I killed his brother in the interview too. Like it's not bad enough that I asked him that his brother was losing his coach ever.
Someone direct quoted you, one of our Twitter followers. Did you ask it like this? I thought your brother might be dead.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't ask it like that. At that point, I was drowning. It is a good thing Mack Brown is not merely not a jerk,
Yeah.
but one of the most charming and nice people, affable people in the world.
Yes.
Because we deserve to get buried there. Moving on.
I did send them an email apologizing, and he wrote back for what?
I don't know what. That was, man, oh man. All right, let me catch my breath.
Right.
I mean, my body is sore just from tightening up.
All right.
All right, people are asking us to tweet the picture. Mike, can you retweet the picture of just, it's just horror.
I just retweeted it.
Okay.
I just retweeted it.
At LeBatard Show, at Stugotz.